Greetings everyone. Nice to be doing this again. It's the 5th of December, Saturday. The wind is howling outside our window here in Gravesend, Brooklyn, and I'll be howling for an hour, singing some songs which were chosen from the jazzier and the swingier and the bluesier side of my repertoire. I have a lot of those kinds of tunes, and I hope you enjoy that. I like to jump between my different styles, and today it is that. So this is Bert Lee with a side of jazz, and that was Kenny Dorham's Blue Bossa. That was me playing with Carib Key West, a band led by the marvelous Rolando Roja. And let me just, I want to quickly check that these sound levels are okay with my wife, who's monitoring from another room. Honey, are you getting the sound now?
Yes.
Okay, great. All righty. So, there you go. Okay, that was not an original song, obviously. Kenny Dorham's. This is an original song. I'm a shipwrecked man in a sea of trouble, watching the rain make crazy puzzles on the window pane. In a sea of rain, how do you stay dry? When I'm down, I go put on a record, even if I've heard that song too many times before. I play it one time more, it still makes me cry. She's gone, she left no note, no number to call. She's gone, and lately I ain't seen her at all again, and all I do is watch the rain. She's gone, she left no note, no number to call. She's gone, and lately I ain't seen her at all again, and all I do is watch the rain. And if I were a bird, I'd fly above this rain cloud. Where the sun is shining, I'd be flying high. At least I'd try. Oh, if I were a bird, but I ain't. If you ain't heard, I'm just a shipwrecked man in a sea of trouble, watching the rain make crazy puzzles on the window pane. In a sea of rain, how do you stay dry? The shipwrecked man. Hello, my love. Joe's is monitoring me from the other room, and my friend Harvey, who's monitoring me from all the way over in exotic Manhattan. Nice to see the both of you. If you're visiting and you're listening to my songs, just take a moment, go into the chat box there and say howdy. Let me know you're there. It's always nice to know I have an audience of some sort. It makes me play better. Won't you come along with me to the Mississippi? We'll take a boat to the land of dreams, down the Mississippi, down to New Orleans. The band's there to greet us, old friends to meet us, where all the fine elite folk meet. Sweet mama, this is Basin Street. Oh, Basin Street is the street where the elite always meet in New Orleans, your land of dreams. You'll never know how nice it seems or just how much it really means. I'm glad to be, yes sirree, where the welcome's free and so dear to me, and I can lose these old Basin Street blues. Or won't you come along with me to the Mississippi, where all the fine elite folks meet? Oh, sweet mama, this is Basin Street. Basin Street is the street where the elite always meet. Down in New Orleans, that's your land of dreams. You will never know how nice it seems or just how much it really means. I'm glad to be, yes sirree, where the welcome is free and so dear to me, and I can lose these old Basin Street blues. Basin Street Blues. This is an original tune. I wrote this when I was living in Key West. Well, the sun is going down and the tide is coming in, and the breeze that rises on the twilight feels so cool against my skin. Sea breeze, pretty clouds are drifting through the sky, lifted up and floating on the instant. I find you standing by my side. Won't you come with me? We're flying on a sea breeze. Seagulls hang suspended as they turn into the wind. Take my hand, my darling, make this moment never end. The sailboats race across the waves. They are leaving wakes of diamond lace, and the day moon hides behind the blue sky to remind me of my lover's face. Sea breeze, pretty clouds are drifting through the sky. They are lifted up and floating on the instant. I see you standing by my side. Come with me, we're flying on a sea breeze. The seagulls hang suspended as they turn into the wind. Take my hand, my darling, make this moment never end. Come with me, we're flying on a sea breeze. Seagulls hang suspended as they turn into the wind. Take my hand, my darling, make this moment never end. Now the sun is going down again, and this time the tide is going out. And these turnings and returnings, they are what this life is all about. Sea breeze, pretty clouds are drifting through the sky, lifted up and floating on the instant. I see you standing by my side. Come with me, we're flying on a sea breeze. Seagulls hang suspended as they turn into the wind. Take my hand, my darling, makes this moment never end. That was a song about the pretty part of Key West, not the part with the drunks on the street not wearing masks these days, and the horrible college students who tear the town up a couple of times every year. No, that's about what a pretty place it is despite all of that. Sea breeze. This is a Tom Waits song. Davenports and kettle drums, swallowtail coats, tablecloths and patent leather shoes, bathing suits and bowling balls and clarinets and rings. What this radio really needs is a fuse. A tinker, a tailor, a soldier's things, his rifle, his boots full of rocks. And this one is for bravery, and this one is for me, and everything's $1 in this box. Cufflinks, hubcaps, trophies, and paperbacks. It's good transportation, but the brakes aren't so good. Neckties and boxing gloves, this jackknife is rusted. You can pound that dent out on the hood. A tinker, a tailor, a soldier's things, his rifle, his boots full of rocks. And this one is for bravery, and this one is for me, and everything's $1 in this box. You know, I never got to use that note until I discovered it at the end of this song. I'm hammering on the 11th fret, so what you're hearing is two very discordant notes. I like it there, I guess. Now, I write lots of kinds of songs. I started writing jazz and swing songs a little before I joined the Central Park Sheiks. I tried, but I didn't really learn the techniques and the ideas underlying it until the Sheiks, and that song I sang a while ago, Shipwrecked Man, was the very first successful swing song I ever wrote. And, you know, the funny thing is, all the jazz guys think I'm too folky, and all the folky guys think I'm too jazzy. And the country guys just wish the hell I'd stop throwing in those extra chords. I do what I do. And this song is a tribute to the fact that I do what I do. It's about mixing your mediums and cross-cultural music and life. I've just come down to tell you about some music that I've heard. It's the band that plays on weekends down at Eddie's Crossroads Bar. They live out behind the diner in a bus that's up on blocks. If they ever get it rolling, I believe they'll go far. And their leader's Alexander with his double-neck guitar, who comes from Spain by way of San Francisco. And his girlfriend is Elena from the hills of Bogota. When he met her, she was dancing in a disco. And the name of the band is The Sad Spanish Man and the Beautiful Indian Girl. Now their drummer is Matsui. He's a Japanese Hawaiian. He grew up playing country blues in Memphis, Tennessee. He drops his one right on the bar, and then he kicks the 2 and 4. And sometimes you can find him with a banjo on his knee. And there's Jazzy Jan from Amsterdam, who fills in all the leads on the saxophone, sitar, and balalaika. And Brooklyn Bob's the sound man, he's the master of the mix. He could put a shine on 1956 Formica. Now these are the pieces that make up their sound, and the people that make up their world. The name of the band is the sad Spanish man and the beautiful Indian girl. Now Eddie tries to manage them, but he doesn't have a clue about the market niche where he should try to sell them. When the business people ask him about the bag they occupy, he doesn't have a notion what to tell them. There's a hint of gypsy's Zydeco and a taste of western swing, some polka, blues, and psychedelic soul. Throw in some mariachi and a lick of folky funk, and your mama and your papas are rock and roll. It's a crazy quilt pattern, kaleidoscope, rainbow design on the flag they unfurl. The name of the band is the sad Spanish man and the beautiful Indian girl. They've got lyrics like the Beatles, they've got lyrics like the Dead, they've got lyrics like the Kingsmen where you're not sure what they said. Oh, but when they start to harmonize, all the angels shut their mouth. It's all about the unity of Northeast, West, and South. Now these are the pieces that make up their sound and the people that make up their world. The name of the band is the sad Spanish man and the beautiful Indian girl. It's a crazy quilt pattern, kaleidoscope, rainbow design on the flag they unfurl. And the name of the band is the sad Spanish man and the beautiful Indian girl. There you go. So next is how am I doing? Oh, my God. I'm going to be throwing in a lot of extra tunes because I'm just burning through this set here. So nice to have some folks listening to me. If you're listening and you haven't said howdy, please do say howdy so that I know who my listeners are. I think I have one who hasn't announced themselves. Just say hello. And while you're here, please, if you haven't already done so, don't forget to like my page and subscribe to it, which helps me eventually, when I have thousands of people listening to me as they should be, it helps me monetize it. Right now, there's not much monetization going on. Alrighty. Louis Jordan song for you now. Boogie real slow with the blue lights way down low. Boogie real slow with the blue lights way down low. I went to a party with that Bobby sock, and at the party I got an awful shock. They like the boogie real slow with the blue lights way down low. They did the boogie real slow with the blue lights way down low. I started swinging, all she did was rock, kept on swinging. Oh, she said, now listen, Pop, I like the boogie real slow with the blue lights way down low. I like the boogie real slow with the blue lights way down low. Now I looked around and the shades were drawn and those chicks were in the groove. Oh, I didn't see how those cats could dance when their feet didn't even move. I started swinging, I put my left foot out, kept on swinging. I heard somebody shout, we like the boogie real slow with the blue lights way down low. We like the boogie real slow with the blue lights way down low. The place was jumping, we really had a time. The place was jumping, I nearly lost my mind. I couldn't boogie real slow with the blue lights way down low. Couldn't boogie real slow with the blue lights way down. Now those girls and boys made so much noise, and they even had a raid. Oh, but the only thing those cops could find was ice cream and lemonade. Oh, what a party! I should have stayed at home. What a party! I was like a chaperone. I couldn't boogie real slow with the blue lights way down low. I couldn't boogie real slow with the blue lights. Boogie real slow with the blue lights. I'm a boogie real slow with the blue lights way down. Louis Jordan's Blue Light Boogie. Well, I'm having fun. It's what I do. And hope you're having fun, or at least enjoying your afternoon. Outside, looks like the portent of winter. A cold wind smashing against the windows. The trees all stripped of their leaves. It's very poetic indeed. This is a bossa nova that I wrote about 2 years ago. The years seem to go by very quickly. And I haven't written a lot of songs since the COVID thing began. I've finished a few old songs that needed finishing, and that was good. But I haven't written anything new. I've been working on my books. I'm almost done with the White Gallery, a collection of short stories, a few more pages of editing in that, and I will be posting that up at Amazon Books, where my other books are available for you. Dead Man's Coat, Spindrift Factor, soon to come, Searching for a Reasonable God, the third book of that triptych, and The White Gallery, which is now available in ebook, but only a limited form of it. The complete book, as I say, will be finished soon enough and available in paperback at Amazon Books. Okay, bossa nova. The past is lost, the future is never. But now is forever. And all of those golden moments that were your treasure have fallen away like dreams. Now is forever. The wheels of days and years are constantly spinning. The ending was written before the very beginning. The past is lost, the future is never. Oh, but now is forever. The wheels of days and years are constantly spinning. The ending was written before the very beginning. The past is lost, the future is never. Oh, but now is forever. A bossa nova, now is forever. Let me take a moment and get in tune. Battery must be running low on my tuner. There we go. Gonna, because I am burning through these songs very, very quickly. I'm gonna throw in a couple of extra tunes that are not necessarily so much jazz. It is a pop song, I suppose you'd call it. I recently have a really nice recording of this that I did with the help of my engineer buddy extraordinarily, Dan Simpson, who's helping me put together my next album to be available in Bandcamp. And that album will be called Swimming in Falling Water. And this tune, he just recently did a beautiful remix of it. After all this time, do I have to tell you I'm not guilty of the crimes you accuse me of? What do I have to do to win back your love? If I had to do it all again, would I even be just one whit wiser? Oh, probably not. You have to live with what you've got. My hands are empty now, and I'm really not too sure just how we'll ever make amends. Is this the way our story ends? Lovers once, now barely friends. If you ask me why, I guess I'd have to try some awkward alibi you disabuse me of. What do I have to do to win back your love? My eyes are open wide, still I cannot see inside your guarded space. If you won't turn to face me, if I had to do it all again, would I even be just one whit wiser? Oh, probably not. What do I have to do to win back your love? Why did I have to go and put myself above you? Darling, what do I have to do to win back your love? Where do I have to go and put myself above you? Darling, win back your love. Your basic love song. Now here's a tune. Jumping outside of the boundaries of jazz. I'll get back to that in just a bit. This is a tune I put out on my Salt for Silver album. My grandpa was a grifter, a gambler and a heel. He snuck around from town to town and he dealt a dirty deal. He went out in the wild world to steal what he could steal, and you know he stole a fortune, but the money wasn't real. No, the money wasn't real. Funny how it was, you know now the money wasn't real. He set out as a bandit, he came back empty-handed. He should have been a rich man, but the money wasn't real. The Pharaoh was a miser, his story has been told. He had 10,000 workers build a pyramid to hold all his statues and his trappings and his caskets and his gold. He wanted to have everything, but all he got was old. 'cause none of it was real. Funny how it is, you know now, none of it was real. His monument's so grand just got covered up by sand, and he's just another mummy man, 'cause none of it was real. A poor man buys a loaf of bread, he shares it and it's gone. A rich man wrecks his portion, yet his wealth keeps rolling on. And the good things that you've said and done are nothing you can pawn. 'Cause when you're in the underclass, you're always overdrawn, 'cause the money isn't real. Funny how it is, you know now, the money isn't real. You can follow all the rules made by idiots for fools, and you think you'll get your just reward, but you won't. You won't pick up a penny, oh, but you might spare a dime. A dollar buys a pretty meager way to waste your time. A C-note gets you groceries, and a grand might buy a thrill. You might rake in a shitload and still not get your fill. I live in America, a country built on greed, and I suppose that's not a bad thing if you just take what you need. But it seems everyone's afflicted by a hunger to exceed. Why should one man have a billion when there's a million mouths to feed? 'Cause the money isn't real. Funny how it is, you know now, the money isn't real. You can burn it, you can earn it, but in the end you'll learn that it all amounts to nothing. Now I bought me some insurance in case I pass away. I've heard that that could happen, and who am I to say? I might live forever, and then they'd never have to pay. Shit, who would be the loser then if it all turned out that way? 'Cause the money isn't real. Funny how it is, you know now, the money isn't real. You can spend it, you can lend it, but you'll find that in the end it all amounts to nothing. Yes, it's funny how it all amounts to nothing. So funny how it all amounts to nothing, 'cause the money isn't. And let that be a lesson to you. A lesson in what, Bert? I don't know, Bert. This is another sort of a love song. I wrote this back in 1991, and I produced a recording of it then, once again with my friend Dan Simpson, the engineer extraordinaire from Private Ear Studios, once of Key West before he had the good sense to move to South Carolina. And it's a pretty tune. Hope you like it. I didn't look before I left. Now there is no ground to catch me. I hope that you're no heartbreaker. I want to do right by you. From where I stand, you look so fine. You give me every sign to please you. Well, I won't be no love faker. I want to do right by you. I want to do right by you. I want to try to be the light that guides you through. I want to do right by you. Every day and night, oh mama, right by you. If you're afraid, I understand. An honest heart is hard to come by. Well, I won't be no heartbreaker. I want to do right by you. I want to do right by you. I want to try to be the light that guides you through. I want to do right by you every day and night. There you go. There's another tune I wrote when I was down in Key West, and once again went on to an album that was engineered by Dan Simpson. The name of that album was Living in the Stream, and it was actually a rock opera on the theme of loss of habitat for the wild animals of Florida and of the world. The specific character that this rock opera was written about was a manatee who got washed into a rich man's swimming pool. True story. And somehow ended up briefly in a zoo where he was kind of neglected until he was rescued by the wildlife people of Florida. Rather than release him back into the wild because he'd been held in captivity for a while, they put him in a special gated-in kind of arrangement of canals, and bit by bit they opened the gates till they could let him back out into the sea. And the day that they let him back out in the sea, there was a pod of manatees waiting for him there, specifically waiting for him because the minute he joined them, they swam off. So this is a tune called Trouble in the Zoo, and it's about his time in the zoo. This water is much too cold, and these hard times are getting old, and the people looking down at me keep my soul in captivity. Plenty trouble, you've got that right. Plenty trouble in the zoo at night. The lion roars out his pain, dreams a dream of the African plain, and the hot sun on the yellow grass, and the lake standing still as glass. Plenty trouble, you've got that right. Yes, trouble, brothers, trouble in the zoo at night. Freedom is so hard to find when you're defined as the lesser one. In the eyes of mankind, they've got their gods and they've got their guns, oh. Brother Giraffe, he stands so tall, he can't see over this wall, and the eagle in the smokestack sky sheds a tear like the rain on high. Plenty trouble, you've got that right. Yeah, trouble in the zoo at night. Trouble in the zoo at night. I don't have a large audience today. I seem to have 4 viewers, and not all of whom have announced themselves. Please, if you're here and you're listening, and you can go over to the chat thing, say hi. I'd like to know who I'm playing for. People have been visiting these live streams after they're published, and they're always published for you and available at my page, my channel here at YouTube. And there's plenty of them. If you go to my channel, you'll see lots and lots of videos you can watch. Many of them are live performances, and some of them are videos that I've put together of songs that I've written specifically, of a tune, pre-recorded, so on and so forth. So anyway, that's an appeal to you if you are visiting me and you've never done it before. Oh, Woody, there you go. There you go, Woody Keppel, Mr. Woodhead. Those of you that come later on, those of you that are here don't even think about it, but if you're visiting me later, that little thing at the bottom of the screen, that's what keeps me going. And gonna do, this is a love song that I wrote for my wife here. A gust of wind has come to call, that turns a summer's day to fall, sends hats and papers tumbling down the lane. The pigeons that parade the square all leap as one into the air, taking shelter in the eaves against the rain. The songbirds quit their flight and hush their song, waiting for the rain, it won't be long. For reasons only feelings can explain, you can always tell when it's about to rain. The children have all run inside, the lovers in the park decide they won't be bothered by a drop or two. Slowly strolling lost in love, they take no heed in clouds above. It's just a little rain, don't be blue. Just a little rain, you know it's true, won't last forever, darling, don't be blue. For reasons only feelings can explain, you can always tell when it's about to rain. And I may not know all the reasons why, but I can always tell when you're about to cry. I see you at the window now, and I can feel you wonder how the wind has blown so many things away. And if it helps to ease the pain, we'll go out walking in the rain, remembering another sweeter day. When we were young and love was new, it's just a little rain, don't be blue. Blue is just a feeling, let it come and let it go. I know it hurts a little, darling, let it go. Why is just a question with no answer, or maybe so. Don't let it bother, darling. This next here is it's a Dontovan song. So what, you're doing jazz and suddenly you're doing Dontovan? Well, you know, Dontovan was one of those guys that kind of reached out and tried a lot of different things. He actually had a jazzy hit called Cuckoo Bop Bop Barabajagal was his name. It was, you know, one of those, kind of devil songs. But this is a really pretty tune from his first album where he was reaching out for some sounds you didn't usually hear on a folk album. On the firefly platform on sunny Goodge Street. Violent hash smoker shakes a chocolate machine, involved in an eating scene, smashing into neon lights in his stoneness, smearing his eyes on the crazy coke goddess, listening to sounds of Mingus, mellow, fantastic. My, they sigh. Indoor house apartments, colored lights swinging, strange music boxes sadly tinkling, drinking the sunlight shining all around you. My, they sigh. The magician, he sparkles in satin velvet. We gaze on his splendor with eyes we've not used yet. I tell you his name is love, love, love. My, they sigh. My, they sigh. Spooky, spooky, spooky song. It's a Hobeam song. Quiet nights of quiet stars, quiet chords on my guitar, floating in the silence that surrounds us. Quiet walks by quiet streams, quiet thoughts and quiet dreams, and a window that opens on the mountains and sea. How lovely. This is where I long to be, here with you so near to me, until the final flicker of life's ember. I who am lost and lonely, believing love was only a bitter tragic joke, have found in you all the meaning of existence, all my love. Quiet thoughts and quiet dreams, and quiet walks by quiet streams, and a window that opens on the mountains and the sea. How lovely. This is where I long to be, here with you so near to me, until the final flicker of life's ember. I who am lost and lonely, believing life is only a bitter tragic joke, have found in you the meaning of existence, all my love. The meaning of existence, oh my love. There's a tune by Django Reinhardt, Stefan Grappelli, and Bert Lee. They wrote the music. They're dead. I wrote the lyrics. They'll never know. Well, it's springtime on the Champs-Élysées, little breeze stirring in the trees, listening to the birds and bees and thinking about my Daphne. You can keep your Spanish ladies, your Frauleins, and your Rose O'Grady's. I'm as happy as I can be just to have my Daphne. She's an eyeful, my oh my. You know she makes me want to flap and fly. Un, deux, trois. Can she, can, man, oh man. There is nothing sweeter than her kisses, just like sips of wine. When she says she's mine, all mine, she leaves me speechless as a mime, crazy about my Daphne. She's the rave of old King Louis, lacy dress and parapluie. Shout out, ooh la la and ooey. I'm crazy about my Daphne, with her kisses just like sips of wine. When she says she's mine, all mine, she leaves me speechless as a mime. And I'm crazy about her. I love Paris every moment of the year. I love Paris. Oh why do I love Paris? Because my love is near. And that was Daphne. And it seems that there probably was some kind of buffering going on your end. I hope you didn't miss too much of all that, and I hope you're enjoying yourself. I'm closing in on when I have to tie this thing up. Got two more songs for you, in sort of the same vein as that. A funny song I wrote back when I was with the Central Park Sheiks, the Eastern Kings of Western Swing. That was us. And then as I go out, I'm going to put up my sponsorship screen. Once again, if you are already a sponsor of what I do, these things are being put up not for your benefit. Your generosity has been duly noted, and I thank you so much for all the kindness that's been shown to me since I started live streaming. The things that you can do that would help me the most is try to help me get a larger audience. People don't seem to know I exist, but I'm pretty sure if they heard me once, they'd want to hear me again. I'm confident about that. So, tell your friends, I heard this guy, he really played the shit out of that guitar, and he had really nice songs and a nice voice. Bert Lee is his name, and you can find him at YouTube. And if they contact me at YouTube, or they contact me at Facebook, where I'm very easy to find, Bert Lee Songs and Music, they can get on my mailing list, and they can hear more performances, some like this, live streams. I also do a lot of shows. These days, most of those shows are Zoom shows because of the covidity of life. But I do those shows, and I'm always happy to entertain people. This is what I do best. Two songs. The first one I'm going to play live for you. The last one I'm going to put over the credits as I go out. Please stick around for that last song. It's a really nice recording of a song of mine called Amnesia. And this is a song called The Blue Hotel. The bellhop, he don't jump to do the chores. The elevator man's getting drunk between the floors at the Blue Hotel. At the Blue Hotel. When you're stepping off the street, you'll find the service so discreet. You're always welcome at the Blue Hotel. The upstairs maid's got something going on the side. The house dick, he's been known to take a bribe at the Blue Hotel. At the Blue Hotel. Bring along your aunt, meet me by the potted plant in the lobby of the Blue Hotel. When you step down and dine in our luxurious lounge, you'll get the finest meal that the house can scrounge. The chef is deaf, hear the waitress yell. In the kitchen of the Blue Hotel, the house band plays an anonymous bop. They play Savoy and the Bunny Hop. Busboys in the back room dancing with a mop. In the basement of the Blue Hotel, ring that bell if you want to call the clerk. Knock on the desk if the bell don't work at the Blue Hotel. We'll stay there overnight, they are bound to treat us right. You're always welcome at the Blue Hotel. Well, now the desk clerk's name is Grit Pipe Thin, and he checks you out as he checks you in. He writes your name with a pen on a chain. As he does this thing, you check out the terrain. You see Slippery Sylvester and his sinister maw hanging out in the shadows that lurk in the hall. The eyeballs are moving in a portrait on the wall. In the foyer and way up in the corner by the dusty curtain lining, there's a fat black spider dining. The picture isn't nice. There are poker playing mice behind the baseboards of the Blue Hotel. Ring that bell if you want to call the clerk. Knock on the desk if the bell don't work at the Blue Hotel. Stay there overnight, they are bound to treat us right. You're always welcome at the Blue Hotel. Coming off the street, you'll find the service so discreet. You're always welcome at the Blue Hotel. Don't steal the ashtrays. That's it for my live performance. I have got one more song for you, and I adjure you to stick around, listen to the song. You don't have to really worry about what it says on the screen. That is just, so much background. Here we go. Queuing it up for you. It's my support page. So if you're curious how to support me, that's how you do it right there. But the ones who are here with me right now, I know for a fact you don't need to do that. Love you, folks. Thanks so much for listening in. I'll be back tomorrow with a show of more folky and bluesy and country kind of part of my repertoire. That's not the song. This is the song. The time can go so slowly in a barroom late at night, where the people move like ghosts through the smoky candlelight. The band is playing something that's got distance, man, they're cool. In the shadows of a back room, some old boys are playing pool. This blue light music's got me sinking into deep amnesia. I get the funniest feeling, it must be deja deja vu. I'll tell you something, brother, just one time through will do. It all comes back so clearly when I only stop to think. And on that note, I think I'll go and have myself another drink. This blue light music's got me sinking into deep amnesia. There's a joke I'd like to tell you, but they say my timing's off. Before I hit the punchline, I always take a drag and cough, and that's just another nasty habit that I really ought to break. But if I don't, you know that won't be my first mistake. The bartender calls me buddy, and the waitress calls me hun. The only song I request all night is Mother Nature's Son. The band, they just can't swing to that, so they play some miles instead. These crazy syncopations are all just fucking with my head. This blue light music's got me sinking into deep amnesia. Getting close to closing time, and the bouncer starts to loom. The manager's turning out all the lights around the room. The chairs are on the table, and the band is getting paid. I leave here trying to hang on to all those memories that they played. This blue light music's got me sinking into deep amnesia. This blue light music's got me sinking into deep amnesia.